Bringing you the fire. It's your boy King Kas here with What's Hot. Stay tuned. Hey.
It's your girl Stacey Cake, your host for What's Hot, and today I am here with none other than Kas.
How y'all doing? What's good? Shout out Royal King Kas, gang gang.
So, for the people that don't know, who is Kas?
Well, I'm an R&B hip hop artist. I do a little bit of everything. I sing and I rap, but I want to touch all bases.
So how did you get into music?
Well, starting off, my family is a big R&B and soul family, so just listening to records and Teddy Pendergrass, Al Green, different things like that. So it just made me want to sing and different things like that.
So how did you realize you could now, which came first, the rapping or the singing?
The singing, honestly, because my family did a lot of choir stuff. My grandma was an usher in church, so starting off, I was in church a lot as a kid, so I would sing and different things and that. As my grandparents, they would clean and sing through the house, so it was just always something I did.
So where are you from?
I'm originally from North Carolina, but I moved to PG County when I was 10.
Mm-hmm.
But I call this home because this feels more home to me.
What field? Which area?
PG County.
PG County.
Yeah, it feels more home to me because it's not necessarily all I know, but it's, I don't know how you say, it feels like this is my roots. Like this is somewhere I belong.
So you would say PG influenced your talent and your music more? Or has it influenced your music at all?
Well, yeah, somewhat because of Wale,
Mm-hmm.
because of, him being a poet and different things like that. It influenced it, but not necessarily influenced it most. It was just the area influenced me in the way I act and the way I move and the way I think.
So you mentioned Wale as being one of your influences. Who are some of your other influences?
Music Soul Child, I would say Maxwell, Jaheim, different people like that because they're great singing artists. I would definitely say somebody probably like Wayne. I love his punchlines. Punchlines amazing. I have to say maybe Drake. That's because Drake, he's more publicized now, but when he first came out, he wasn't as hot as he was now. So
Cool. So, as you probably heard, it's been a lot of things going on as far as like standing up for what you believe in when it comes to like Nike and Colin Kaepernick. I think that's a perfect example of someone who used their platform to make a statement that was bigger than what they do. A statement that impacted, a statement that would go to impact the people that watch and support his craft as far as Kaepernick is concerned. So I think one thing a lot of artists, mainstream artists do, but there are a lot of mainstream artists who do use their platform to make statements, but there are also a lot of artists who kind of shy away from those bigger topics. And you have lived in PG County, you have family here, like in Baltimore and everything, and the cities kind of are divided. The areas are kind of divided. It's always like PG versus Baltimore or DC versus Baltimore, whatever you want to say, however you want to say it, whether it be jokingly or seriously, yeah, whereas people who really have issues. How do you feel about being an artist? Do you feel like you should use your platform to try to unify situations like that, or even other situations?
Yeah, I feel like you should definitely use your platform to unify the cities because we're all one area. We're all one as people. Why let an area code change that? Mm-hmm. Just because I live in 301 and you live in 410 doesn't make a difference. We're all the same. You come from the same background as I did. Mm-hmm. Your parents worked hard. You're trying to make a living just like I am. That's just like my parents have. Mm-hmm. So what difference does it make? And like you said, with other platforms, it's sad to see that artists don't take a bigger stand because if they do, then their labels or other endorsements come after them or they'll cut them away from it because they feel like they shouldn't take a stand. But as a people, if you see an injustice, you should speak up because if you don't speak up, then what is going to change?
Right.
And our First Amendment states that, we have a freedom of speech. So if you don't speak up, then what's the point of that amendment?
Right. And I think personally for me it's important because as black youth, it's so many of us who want to get into the entertainment industry, and so many of us who want to be athletes, or like me, want to be on some type of media platform. And it's like, you know, whether or not we're present in these other fields such as medicine and law and things like that, like, can we use these platforms to make a difference so that, you know, other people who are interested in medicine, law, etc. can truly get there? Like, do you think it's possible for
Yes.
us in these platforms to do that?
I think so. I think as long as we keep working hard and we keep doing what we're supposed to do, and we make sure we, you know, we have people as well as entertainment, as well as in medicine and law and different things like that, then we can make a difference. And there's more, as long as more people keep going and keep going, then we can. Because if you decide, everybody decides they want to lean one way, then there is going to be no change.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty much.
What type of person do you think it takes to make a difference in, like Kaepernick is? I don't know. I mean, I think he has made a difference, but it's still a progressive issue. So what type of people do you think it takes to try and make a difference, such as Kaepernick?
Oh, and for one, it takes a strong-minded and strong-willed person, because if you're weak-minded and weak-willed, immediately, like, once he got blackballed, you're going to recant everything. And you're going to go back and you're like, I'm sorry, you know, I didn't mean it, I just did it for this. So you're going to change your whole narrative of what you wanted to do. And if that's truly what you stand for, then you can't. Then you have to come and take all the consequences that come with it. Because if not, then how are you being a leader? How are you standing up for what you believe in?
And, like, do you think as a black artist it's a responsibility, you have a responsibility to the black community to try to give back or make a difference or anything?
Yes, most definitely, because you see other races give back. Why shouldn't we? Because there are so many black millionaires. Why aren't they giving back? Why shouldn't they give back more? You see people like T.I. going and buying everybody in Walmart's groceries, or purchasing everybody in Walmart's, you know, Christmas gifts. Why aren't more people doing that? Because you never know what somebody's going through. You never know who's struggling and things like that. So you should help and give back. And there should be more charities to give to people in hunger, for homeless people, more charities for education and different things like that as well. Because not everybody can afford to go to school or stuff like that. So, you know, you want to give back.
So what do you want to do as an artist in the community to try to make a change or give back?
Well, one, I want to definitely invest in education, and then work with the homeless, because I didn't know it until I got older, but when my dad and my mother separated for a while, my dad was homeless. So that's something that hits very near and dear to my heart, and I feel like there are so many people out here that are starving and hungry that they need something there that can help with the community. Even if it's them getting a hot meal, you know, something for like a receipt or a token for a hot meal for them to lay somewhere, it's needed, because when it starts to get cold, it is unbearable, and nobody wants to sleep outside when there's 6 inches to a foot of snow. It's impossible to sleep.
Definitely. That makes a lot of sense. But do you have any advice to people, to artists who've kind of like already made it, who are afraid to do something crazy like Kaepernick did, or anything?
If you find something that you're truly passionate about and you want to stand for, stick to it. Don't shy away from it because of the repercussions, because at the end of the day, you are going to have to live with that decision. So if you realize, man, I could have stood up for this and I chickened out, it's going to eat away at you later on. It's not going to eat away at everybody else, because they're not you.
Right.
So all you can do is stick to your guns, keep going, and I guarantee you there will be a way made for you, regardless if they try to blackball you or anything like that.
Right. To lighten the mood a little bit, we're gonna play the hot seat.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you two things, and you're going to pick, and then I'm also going to give you a scenario.
Okay.
You have to pick.
All right, that's cool.
And, well, not pick, but tell me what you would do in that situation.
Okay.
Okay? So the first, Wale versus Music Soul Child.
I'm definitely gonna have to go with music. I'm sorry.
Going with Music
Hands
Soul
down,
Child?
Hands down. I'm
You
sorry.
said R&B was the first love, so that definitely makes sense. The scenario is going to be, if you had to choose between these things, you could live in the DMV for the rest of your life. Anywhere in the DMV for the rest of your life. You had to live in the DMV for the rest of your life. They'll give you 12 million to stay in DMV for the rest of your life. Or they say you can move to LA with 50,000.
Well.
But you could go anywhere. You're not confined to LA.
Okay.
But that's somewhere you had mentioned to me that you were interested in living. Or you were interested in living, right? So, yeah.
This is gonna probably be a little against the grain. I'll probably take the 50,000 in LA, just because I'm gonna take that 50,000 and I'm gonna use it to invest in myself. That way, I can make that 12 million and come back and invest it in the DMV, versus being stuck here and not. I can make a difference here, but why make a difference in one area? We can make a difference everywhere.
Right. Yeah, and I think LA is a good place for like opportunity and things like that.
Everything is in LA.
Yeah, everything and everybody.
Yeah.
I should have said LA or New York, really, because New York is kind of like similar.
I would have picked LA. I hate New York traffic. It's
Really?
terrible.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
It's terrible.
yeah. But they said LA, certain parts of LA is bad too.
I don't think it's bad as New York traffic.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so the last part of the hot seat, I'm gonna put you on the spot a little bit,
Okay.
and you're gonna sing to the What's Hot fan for us. You think you ready for that?
Yeah. I'm gonna do a song called "You Know Why." It's written by me. You know why I came here today, coming back to you. I'm always here to stay. Don't you got on me, but I can't let you go. Your good loving's good to me, know that for sure. You know why, you know why, you know why, you know. You know why. You know